Hello and welcome, all my beautiful, vibrant hearts and ephemeral souls who are Taurus suns, have big Taurus placements, or are cross watchers for Taurus. Welcome to your month ahead messages looking at the month of March 2025. I want to thank you for being patient with me as I get these out. I've had some big changes in my personal life that have required a lot. So I want to thank you for being very kind and patient and thoughtful. Thank you. Okay, so the way things are going to work today, I will pull your overarching themes for the month ahead with our trusty dusty oracle deck. I will then use the tarot to clarify and get further details and messages. So with that, let's get started. Let's see what your month ahead holds. Excuse my burp. Okay. I'm going to take this. We have Resolve at the bottom. This card is the card of Vesta. That is the goddess of hearth and home. So whenever this card comes out, this to me speaks to an issue in the home that is being resolved. I'm getting financial issues in the home. So something about budgeting. Because your two cards were this. You have Insight. You have Insight with the Peach Selenite. The universal chakra is depicted here. And you have a Discipline with the Azurite and Saturn energy. Excuse me. So a lot of you guys, some of you are having your Saturn's return right now. A lot of you guys are at this place where I feel like this is the month where you're going to get some type of insight into an issue you've been trying to solve. Again, for some of you, it has to do with house and home. Or family. And this is something, I don't usually get this with this image, right? For me, when this card comes up, this to me kind of speaks to, psychically connecting to your soul family. But for you guys, I'm almost getting, there is an issue where you have seen it from multiple angles, right? So this is something where maybe, you've gotten to watch it play out. You're like, oh, if I keep doing this, I'm going to end up like this person, or this person handled it like this, and that part seemed to work, but I would probably do it a little different. You've gotten to watch this play out from multiple angles. That has been a gift for you from the universe, from Saturn. That has been a gift where you get to learn your lesson without being culpable for the mistake. So, you may have experienced a lot of like cautionary tales, or just getting to see, what works for other people, what hasn't worked. For some of you, like I said, this is like related to your home, your family. This is financial. It feels like you are getting help from the universe in this area. And so this is going to be a month where it feels like some of that all comes together. It's like you've seen it from multiple angles and in multiple different ways, and you're kind of putting something together this month. You're synthesizing something that's an important lesson. So what is this discipline energy? What has this lesson been about? Because I'm nosy. The Page of Wands, this could be about not being too impulsive, or by contrast, this could be about needing to take a leap of faith and not take the secure, like established path all the time. Two of Pentacles, it could be about a balance between those two things, but it feels like some of you are working on not impulse spending as much. There's something here about finding balance. Okay, so we have the Star, Aquarius energy. We have the Four of Swords, okay. And we have the Four of Cups in reverse. For a lot of you, this lesson that you have kind of observed from multiple angles is about how ignoring your feelings and not healing the stuff, not healing the stuff that needs to be healed is going to fight back in other ways, right? The Star here talks about not only beautiful healing, but it's also divine alignment. Feeling like you're in the right place at the right time and the universe is supporting you in that. So this to me, some of you guys, you're like getting to watch how, like I said, it plays out in other people's lives where you're like, oh, you know what? I'm learning about this now. And this person's, 10 years older than me, 12, 40 years older than me, whatever it might be. And they're also just learning this. Like, I'm really grateful that I am figuring this out now. There's something kind of like that. You are benefiting from the wisdom of other people's experience. But again, there's a sense here. We saw that Two of Pentacles about needing to find balance. And we have a card of healing, two cards of healing, as well as, to me, the Four of Cups in reverse is acknowledging your emotions. So some of you have habits in your life, or you have structures in your life that do not support your best self, right? Your healthiest self. For some, this is about the people that you're surrounded with. And there's this recognition that you're really coming to terms with this month of how important it is to be in that sense of divine alignment, right? So you're around people who help you heal, who help encourage your best self, who help you feel like you're where you need to be in like universal order, right? And there's a recognition of exactly how important that is, exactly why that matters so much. So some of you, again, it's like, I'm almost getting this energy of like the ghosts of Christmas past and Christmas future. You might be kind of in a place where you're just reflecting a lot this month, but I feel like there's also external forces. You could come across content where somebody has the exact same story as you pretty much, but they, maybe they're older and they took a different path, and you're like, whoa, that could have easily been me. That's kind of the energy here. What's the lesson about a little more specifically? The High Priestess here and the Queen of Swords. This lesson feels like this is about honoring those intuitive promptings to set healthy boundaries for yourself and with yourself. That's another thing I'm getting. We have the Birds of Paradise in this card, and I have another like flower oracle deck where the Birds of Paradise card is always about self-acceptance. So now the two are just like inextricably linked for me. There's a lot here about accepting yourself, right? Accepting your feelings, accepting your limitations, and setting healthy boundaries for yourself in order to honor your needs. Because it feels like when that doesn't happen, this could come out sideways in other areas. Some of you are setting boundaries with family. Some of you are setting boundaries with roommates or in a home. Some of you are setting boundaries within a group of friends. And there's just this huge recognition of like this is a month where you're having a big insight, right? A really big insight about like, it's not just like, oh, I would like that. That would feel good. It's like, this is necessary to my well-being. Like I said, some of you have a habit like emotional spending, or like, I'm getting like emotional eating. And there's kind of like a recognition here of like, if I don't acknowledge my emotions and take time to really understand them and sit with my emotions and work on the healing, this is going to destabilize me in other areas. We have 2 4s here, so it's very much about stability. I want to know more about this insight that's coming in for you. And the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. This might be somebody who, again, you have a very similar story, but theirs turned out very differently. And this is like this is the balancing insight that you need. 6 of Swords. This is all about your peace and your healing. To me, this is always a card too that can indicate inner child healing, just because in the traditional deck, it shows a woman and her child in the boat with all the swords. So this is like, there's like this emphasis here on if you don't heal your stuff, it's gonna come back to, it's gonna take from you. It's gonna destabilize you. It's gonna bite you in the butt. Ace of Pentacles. And this feels like just in time for you to make choices. Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles. Make choices about what path you want to take. Again, some of you, it's like, you could have kind of like, oh, I'm making these changes in my life, but I still kind of like fall back on these old habits, or, do I really need to let this go? Can I just kind of like change the way I do it? And there's some kind of like wake up call, important thing that's coming in for you that helps you kind of pick a path. With the dog here, it's about what you want to be loyal to as well. What's worth your time and energy. 8 of Swords. And the 10 of Swords reverse. Again, some of you are recognizing like, I'm really lucky that it didn't get to this point. I'm really lucky that, I took a different path. I'm really lucky that I started going down this route instead of this route. I'm really lucky that I had that little extra bit of support. Even if with the High Priestess and the Star here, this support is mostly intuitive and spiritual, it's still valuable. There's a sense here too of like, some of you are kind of having this recognition this month of like, I don't necessarily know how to do this differently. I don't know how to change this, but I need to get on board with it, right? There's like kind of a sense of I need to want it. Otherwise, I'm going to end up in this situation. This is information you've been missing with the 8 of Swords, right? I know I need to do things differently, but I always end up back in this place. I know this is a bad habit, but I don't know how to stop. Some of you are getting that insight with the 8 of Swords, and it's like it's saving you from a 10 of Swords moment. Some of you are getting like a little bit of insight or help, like in the nick of time. What is this Eight of Swords energy? The Eight of Wands. You're getting communication. You are getting, somebody could be coming to visit and they have insight for you that's really valuable. Some of you, you're getting the opportunity to travel. You're getting an opportunity to move, and it's like, again, right in the nick of time where it's like, I don't really know what I'm going to do. But a lot of you are getting information with the Eight of Wands. This can be rapid fire spirit guide messages. So there's like a lot of just like downloads, epiphanies, intuitive understanding. Excuse me. Yeah, the Hermit. Take qualitative time to meditate, to be alone. See how he's got in this version, the Hermit's got the little sheriff's badge. I always think of it as like, oh, I'm the boss of me. So we have Virgo energy. Some of you might hear this from a Virgo. You're just getting a lot of intuitive understandings, promptings, downloads. And again, it's like there's kind of this sense of taking responsibility for this aspect of your life and saying, okay, you know, I'm just making something up. Let's say this is a habit of like emotional overspending. It's like, yep, I recognize that I do this when I don't feel good and I understand why I do it, but I need to get a handle on this because otherwise it's going to, you know, ruin my success. It's going to destabilize me financially. Or like, I know that, I don't know, some of you, this is like with that energy of house and home, there's an energy of like, some of you need to get something fixed in your home. And it's kind of like, oh, I should handle this now before it gets too far out of hand. And like, that's your spirit team, like really getting your attention. So if you get that like urgent feeling of like, I really should prioritize taking care of this now. For some of you, it's like a water heater or there's like an oil tank kind of a thing. Check on it. Check on it now. And it's like, oh my God, I'm so glad I did that just in time. Holy cannoli. For some of you, there's like this sense of you're trying to keep a cleaner home. For some of you, it's just about getting your spending under control when it comes to your home. But you're like getting to the root of why you do something that you do, or at least coming to this like very significant understanding of like, if I don't deal with this now, this is what's going to happen. This is the through line here. There's a couple cards that are getting my attention. Six of Cups. And this feels like this comes from somebody that you know, right? There's like, there's people who are involved that you have history with, right? So again, there's like a ghost of the past as well as, you know, kind of looking at where this could go. Some of you, once again, there's an inner child related root here. It goes deep. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, this is, again, home and family, but your Ten of Pentacles energy is your emotional foundations, excuse me, your generational inheritance, right? Positive or negative, spiritual or material. So this goes all the way back to your foundational energy and it's emotional in nature. This is an old pattern. Knight of Cups. And this feels like this is all about how you deal with your emotions, how you move forward with your emotions. Some of you, it's like there's like a recognition of a connection. Oh, when I feel like this, I notice I tend to do this. So this is where I can do things differently. Some of you, this is about like reconnecting with a family member or how to have a better relationship with your family members. Yeah, because the Nine of Swords is sticking out for a split sec. And then we also have Temperance. So there's something about how it's like dealing with unpleasant emotions and how that happens and how that kind of can have the potential to throw you out of balance and what to kind of either what to do to start to move forward or like that really big epiphany and recognition of like, if I don't get this under control, this is going to become a bigger problem for me. So it feels like this is an important month of a lot of learning. I want to thank you for being here with me, sharing your time and energy, and I want to wish you health, wealth, and happiness in your month ahead. Good luck, my friends. Take care.